Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dorian Show. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching this on the YouTube, please like and subscribe and leave a comment so I know who you are. If you're listening to Spotify, I don't know, DM me or something. Rank it, rate it so I could get more listeners. I do appreciate all you guys giving me your time and your ears and everything else. So last week when I started out this podcast, I was like, I've been on a bombing spree at all the comedy clubs. But yesterday I did another open mic at the Comedy Store in LA, and not bad. It didn't go bad at all. It wasn't the best set. I didn't do great, but going from doing like really terrible to being like mediocre makes me feel a lot better about myself. And yeah, dude, like I think it's reinvigorated me at least for a little bit to keep going to these mics. You know, it's crazy. All it takes is like one okay set at the comedy clubs, and then hanging out, having a good couple conversations. You know, with the people outside the club could could be the fuel I need to take it for a couple more weeks at least. I've been listening. I haven't been listening. I only listened to one podcast recently. With this guy named Alex Hormozy, I think he's just some jacked business guru, and those are the only people that I listen to. Actually, people that could physically beat me up. He had this very interesting idea that it kind of makes him sound like he's full of himself, but he has this really interesting idea where he basically gives himself advice. So there's this he talks about what they call the Solomon paradox. You know, King Solomon in the Bible. Shout out to all the Christians and the Jews, and I guess the Muslims out there that like Solomon. Shout out to you guys. But basically, the Solomon paradox is this guy is so smart, right? Everybody comes there for his advice, and he gives out really good advice, but his life is in shambles. If you guys know the story of Solomon, go read the Bible, guys. Go back to Sunday school. Anyway, so this guy says that he pictures who he wants to be down the line in his life, like an 80-year-old version of himself giving him advice back, because he's saying like, no one knows you better than yourself, and everybody kind of knows what they need to do, right? It's like, I know what I need to do to reach my goals, you know. For me, I only have like a couple of goals, but I think some of them are easier than others. Obviously, I want to lose weight. I want to get muscular. Not only lose weight, but like get muscular, which is harder. You know, I want to be better at stand-up. I want to be better at podcasting. And like a long-term goal is I like to, get married and then have kids. And I kind of know what I need to do to kind of achieve these things. And it's a matter of being able to do it or willing to do it. 'Cause like, there's no way I could like do any of these things without, putting action behind it. And is it hard? I don't know. Like, some people say like, it's not hard. Like, you just gotta do it. Like, certain things are harder than others. Like, out of all these things I listed, like losing weight is probably the easiest thing for me, even though surprise, surprise, I'm like 230 something right now. But I've lost weight before. Like, I know how to lose weight. I've lost a lot of weight before. If you guys watch some of my old YouTube videos, I was a skinny mini. So that's probably one of the easier things, right? Being muscular is actually harder because I've lost a lot of weight before, and I was still like skinny fat, and it was really confusing for me because I was like, dude, I should be jacked. But yeah, I think like losing weight is very easy, and then trying to be muscular is a little bit tougher. Like I don't have expertise in that. You know what I mean? But I think from what I understand is I just got to keep lifting heavier weights, progressive overload as they call it. Um, which I just want to say, I lift a lot of weights already, dude. I'm like, I bench 225 on the bench press. Can you guys do that? I don't think so. But I've reached that goal and I kind of just stagnate because I'm like afraid of hurting my shoulders, which I've done before. I don't want to break my arms. But I mean, there's only one way to build muscle, and that's only to lift heavier and heavier weights. Like you just have to progress, kind of like in everything in life, right? You got to you got to beat your own personal records. I'm trying to eat more protein or intake more protein. I've been taking protein shakes because I could eat a ton of calories and I can't even get enough protein. I know this is bro science, but for me, I'm trying to get 1 pound of protein for the weight I want to be at. So I'm going to get under 230 pounds, but my ideal weight would be like 230 and muscular. So I'm going to eat protein as if I'm like 230 pounds, which will be insane if I'm eating 230 grams at like 190. But I think I'm going to do that for a while just to see if that will like keep some of my build at least. So that's like second hardest, right? Like these are actions I could take, and I've been taking. Like I'm going to the gym pretty consistently. I go almost every day. There's very rarely that I miss, and it's compulsive at this point. Like I have to go. If I don't go, I feel weird. You know what I mean? Like, not that like the gym feels great, but like I have to be there. It's like if I don't go there, it feels like something's missing out of my day. So that's been pretty good. So going there is easy, going through the motions easy, but like lifting heavier weights, that's harder, because I'm like, once you get comfortable with the weight and you're putting more weight, it's like, after that, that's when things are getting harder for me. Like I'm trying to get better at stand up, but so there are parts of it that's good. Like I always go to the mics at the Improv. I always go to the mics whenever they have it at the Comedy Store, and then I go to like 2 other mics most of the time. And that's good. Like half the battle is showing up, and just the repetition will make you better, even if you're trash. Like I think I'm slightly better in trash, but the repetition will make you better. Like it's very hard to not get better at something, and that like includes lifting weights and like going to do stand up. But then I know someone else, like he's very funny. This guy in the open mics, Michael Duncan. Some of you guys, I don't know if you guys know him or not, but if you listen to this, you probably know me, and if you're in comedy, you probably know him in LA. Dude, this guy is so funny, dude. And he tells me he does like at least 10 to 12 mics a week, which is a lot. And I know a lot of people like him that are just going after, they're hustling. And it makes me feel kind of like a piece of shit, which is fine. Cause I'm not saying he's struggling for money, but like, he wish he has a couple more hours to get more money. And I have a lot of friends like that. They're kind of just struggling. With money, but they're also doing like a bunch of stuff. They're working just as hard, if not harder than me. And then they go out and do like multiple mics. And then some of them are writing, some of them are filming, some of them are going out for auditions. Like I feel like I'm such a lazy, like I'm just being really lazy because I have a decent job. It's pretty easy. I do a desk job. They pay me well. It's like career, and I'm not even I have that all figured out. I have money figured out, and I can't even get myself to go to like more mics. Like, what I mean? Like it's hard, but I just got to go. And I haven't gotten to the point where I'm just going yet. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm telling you guys this. I hope you guys like this. Last week kind of went off the rails, dude. I didn't feel like it was a good episode, but The numbers show, dude, less than 10 listeners as of right now. So maybe I'll get more listeners now because I'm just rambling about myself. I don't know if you guys are interested about that. Some of you guys might be. But yeah, sort of these other things that will make me a better comedian, like forcing myself to write, which I don't do. Going to more mics, I don't do. Like I just have to do it. Like I just have to, you know. Like there's really no shortcut around that. Like I can't just get better at doing comedy if I'm not going out and if I'm not writing like that. I know doing those things will make me better. Like it's guaranteed. I don't know if it'll be like leaps and bounds better, but it will be better. And same thing with podcasting, you know, like I feel like I had a good run when I first started, when I was having guests. I was hitting like, for me, which is a lot, like 90 to 100 listeners sometimes. But now I wasn't consistent with that. I changed the format. I'm not doing interviews anymore. I'm just doing solo pods by myself, and the numbers are dipping. Sometimes it's like 50, sometimes 20, sometimes it's less than 10. And it was like demoralizing. But like I said, if I do 1,000 podcasts, like I can't. It just gets better. Like it can't get worse. You know what I mean? I'll just become a better podcaster. But yeah, and like dating, finding a wife, having a family, like that's just like I need to basically be approaching women every day on the streets that I'm not doing, you know. And that's probably like the hardest one of all, because all the other things, no one would judge me on the other side. You know what I mean? If I just go to more mics, so like I guess like the audience could judge me, but they're all bombing too, you know. But yeah, like I probably need to be approaching more women, because like just my community is just like real small. Like my work community, there's no women. Comedy is like, yeah, whatever, you know what I mean? And the gym is just me lifting weights. So I know what I need to do. I just haven't been able to do it. So I'm gonna. But I do believe like doing some of these other things will help me build confidence toward the other ones. I think they're all correlated, right? If I lose weight and then I gain a little bit of muscle, like that might lead to more confidence to, you know, like if I feel better about myself, you know, maybe I'll put more effort into writing and going out to the stage or whatever. And then if I get jacked, I just be like, what's up, ladies? What's up? I don't know. Anyway, enough about me. Did you guys hear about Do you guys hear about date night at Applebee's, which is like an insane promotion that they're having? They for $200 you get 52 meals for $30 off. So basically, you're paying ahead of time $200, and then you get to go there 52 times. You get $30 off your meal. And I'm like, who is that for, dude? Like who's going to date night at Applebee's? Like, no, that's not a date, dude. That's for married people. And when I say married people, I mean like a fat couple. You know what I'm saying? Like they both have to be fat. Like it can't be just like one fat guy and his skinny wife. That's not gonna work. You can't take your skinny wife to freaking Applebee's. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like if you're a fat guy with a skinny wife, which is called the dream. You know, you gotta take her somewhere fancier, like a Chili's or something, dude. You can't take her Applebee's. I don't even know what's at Applebee's. But yeah, I could just picture like I've been to Applebee's a couple of times, but I'm like, ugh, what do they even serve? I don't know. I'm guessing like American bar food, but like trash. Like when is Applebee's like the first choice you want to go to? You know what I mean? Like I could think of all these other like terrible chains I want to go to. Chili's, probably more than Applebee's. Sizzlers. What are the other ones? Elephant Bar. Isn't Elephant Bar like a little bit more classy? I guess Elephant Bar is like Yard House, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I'm like, who is that for, dude? That's just for like people just give up on life. They're just fat and they want to have like a good deal for like a lot of food. You know what I mean? Like they don't even talk to each other. They just go there, just waddle in, and probably the only thing he said, like they talk to each other about, is like the husband asking the wife, "Do you want to get dessert?" And they're like, "Why not? Let's Let's just get it all. This is where we're at now. But the crazy thing, I'm like, who is Applebee's dying? Like, they are publicly traded. I guess they are owned by the same people that owns IHOP, which I guess is a little better. Do people like IHOP more than Denny's? I don't know. I think when I think Denny's, I think about like drunken college days, right? You go out and drink and you just need to like throw up in their parking lot or eat some eggs or something, get open 24 hours. I think IHOP is probably a little better, right? They have pancakes. Who orders pancakes? I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Like, who are they are they going out of business? They sold out these memberships, these $200 memberships, and I don't know if it's helping their bottom line, but I think they're desperate. They're publicly traded, but I'm like, who would want to invest in that? Like, there are so many better restaurant companies to invest in. Like, for example, like McDonald's. Dude, I've been losing some weight recently. If you guys can't tell, I know I look extra fat when I'm sitting down, but I went to McDonald's for some nuggies. You know what I mean? A couple of nuggies, 40 allegedly. I went there thinking I was just gonna get 40 nuggets and come home and be a skinny boy, but dude, ran into a great promotion. Buy one burger, get one burger for $1. And you know what I got? I got quarter pounder with cheese and a fish fillet and the 40 nuggets. And I came home at 11 o'clock after the Comedy Store and just stuffed my freaking face, dude. What I'm trying to say is I'm exactly like you. You might be thinking I'm judging the people at Applebee's, but I am exactly like you. We are the same, dude. In 50 years, I'll probably be at Applebee's with my fat wife, and I'll be like, should we get the lava cake or should we get the vanilla sundae? And then we'll just be like, why not both? Why not both, dude? This is America, baby. But yeah, this is it's crazy. I guess inflation is coming down soon. There's a lot of promotions out there. Domino's is giving emergency pizza. Like, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, I got it. One day I just got an email. They're like, dude, we have a free emergency pizza for you. I was like, dude, every pizza I get, it's an emergency. You know what I mean? Like, I never plan ahead for a Domino's pizza. It's usually like I don't want to make something to eat or I'm feeling kind of naughty. You know what I mean? Every pizza is freaking emergency, and they have a pizza promotion right now. It's like a large pizza for like $8. Dude, how are you gonna make money? I don't know. I think they're losing. Domino's actually stock price is losing money. I think during the pandemic, people were ordering out a lot. They're like, dude, this is a great time to go to Japan or some shit. And Japan is not working out for Domino's. The stock's been tanking. But I still think it's a way better investment than Applebee's. I think their ticker is DIN. DIN. There's just a lot of other. I mean, I don't think I would like. That's not true. I would say some of these food companies are probably a good investment, even though Ozempic's coming to kick our ass, dude. They're not going to kick our ass, dude. People will sell out for a year's membership at Applebee's or $200, dude. Ozempic's not stopping that train. I mean, there's some good food companies out there. There's Chipotle, which I think is probably overpriced at this point, but the freaking hype train keeps going up. They serve good food. They're making good money. The stock price is a little bit too high. McDonald's, great food, great branding. People always come back. You always end up going to McDonald's with a plan, but like they surprise you with a fish fillet, dude. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to get it. That's what I did. That's a good company to own. They're also a real estate company, basically. They own even though a lot of the McDonald's are franchised out, they own every site. They rent out the property to the franchisees. So it's like a real estate company and they serve good food. Dude, McDonald's pretty great now that I'm talking to you guys about it. Maybe I should buy some. I don't own any shares right now, but very yummy. Well, so we have the news. WWE. Any wrestling fans out there? Dude, I know like wrestling's not real, okay? I promise you. But when I was a kid, when I was like in 4th or 5th grade, dude, there was a time period that Hulk Hogan was his character said he was running for president, and I was terrified, dude. I was a little kid. I was like, oh shit, dude. The world's gonna end. Like America's gonna go to shit. Like Hulk Hogan was my Trump for all the libs out there. I was like, fuck, dude. We can't do this. We can't let Hulk Hogan be president. I was like that. The lesbian. That meme with the lesbian. Just like, no, that was me. I was like, wow, we can't. And I was like, I feel like I was the only one that knew about it. I was like, this is just a secret between me and all these other dumb wrestling fans. I was like, my parents don't know what's going on. They don't give a shit. Kind of almost like the real politics. But I was like, oh no, my mom doesn't even know, dude. Hulk Hogan's going to ruin this country, dude. He's terrible, dude. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, WWE signed a 10-year contract with Netflix for $5 billion for a weekly wrestling match. I think it's Raw, which is a great deal for Netflix. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of mad that like Disney didn't try and make a splash into it. You know what I mean? Maybe they didn't have the money with Nelson Pelton and all these activist investors going after them. Maybe Disney didn't have the money to go after WWE. I actually think it's a better fit for Netflix overall because it's a value added, right? So I guess like a lot of people already have Netflix, and now you just bring them wrestling. Like that will just make more fans. Like kids are watching Netflix, and all of a sudden they get to see WWE. They'll build more fans. And the good thing about, I guess, if you would say, is that WWE is better than other live sports is that it's scripted. You know what I mean? Like you have control. Like, like let's say the NBA, people only like a few teams, right? You either like your home team or you like the Warriors or the Lakers or whatever. But in WWE, if there's a character that's being popular, they can make that guy champion every single time. They just like, oh yeah, you're the champion. They decided it's scripted. So that's very exciting for Netflix. I think it was just better for Netflix. Some people will buy Netflix, like huge WWE fans will subscribe for Netflix. If they don't already, they get the wrestling and they get all this like library of Netflix shows, which is amazing. If Disney got it, where are they going to put it? Like ESPN Plus, but if people that are sports fans of the sports, do they like wrestling also? Maybe it's the same thing, but it's like you don't get the rest of it. You have to choose Disney, ESPN, or Hulu. Unless you get the bundle. I guess they could have the same effects, but it's just a better fit for Netflix. And I hate to say it because I don't own Netflix. I do own Disney, and I'm losing a lot of money, guys. Losing a ton of cash. Anyway. Good for Netflix. Yeah, I'm excited about how it goes. What else I have here? I thought I was prepared. My notes. Credit card balances have topped $1 trillion, guys. You know what that means? Just own credit card companies. That's basically what it means. That's kind of terrifying. People, once they default, I'm like, how do you... first of all, I need to know how long these balances have been on the balance because I pay off my credit card debt every month, the whole thing, so I don't ever pay interest. But I pay off my credit card bill every month. It's like $2,000. Like, did they include that in part of $1 trillion? Like, it doesn't. If you're paying off your credit card every month, and you should be using it. It doesn't make sense to not use it. It's safer than cash. It's safer than using your debit card, and you get rebates, which is basically a discount every single time you use it. So I don't know. Are these balances more than a month? Like, are they accruing interest? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, if a majority of these people are paying off their balances, then that $1 trillion doesn't matter. But if people are holding that on their balance and they're paying interest on it, that's when I'm worried. Because then credit card interest rates are like, what, 25%? That could really eat you alive, you know what I mean? And once your credit's screwed, like, how do you get loans? You can't get loans. You can't get a house. You can't even get an apartment to rent. You can't buy a car. Like, it really screws things up. But that being said, you should probably buy some credit card companies. I looked at some earnings for two of these companies recently. Visa, which I own, was down big, dude, after the earnings. I don't know why, dude. Visa's freaking killing it, dude. You know what I mean? Well, I think what their projections for 2024 is that their revenues will grow mid to high single digits, meaning their revenues might grow like 9%. And people are like, dude, that's not good enough. But the crazy thing is their profit margin for 2023 was 57%. That's insane, dude. That's just 57%. Just pocket that. You just pocket that money into your pocket, dude. And Visa is great. Visa and MasterCard, I haven't looked at MasterCard because I don't own them. I don't care about them. But they're basically the same business. You know what I mean? I don't think there's much of a huge difference between the two. If there are, just comment below to educate me. But yeah, Visa and MasterCard, they're not banks. So it doesn't matter how much people spend money. They get paid per transaction, dude. And that's not just on credit cards. Like if it's on PayPal, if it's on Apple Pay, if Google Pay, whatever pay you do, like if your credit card number is attached to it, like they get a cut of that. So that's a winning business to me, you know. Maybe I should buy more. Maybe I'll buy more next week. You know, put my money where my mouth is. Visa's been very good to me. You know, maybe I'll put some more money in there after it fell, after it took a couple percentages down. Because is Visa going to be here in 20 years? Probably. Is it going to be higher than it is today in 20 years? Probably. Is it going to be like double in 20 years? Probably, actually. You know what I mean? And maybe even more. The other company I looked at is American Express. Dude, American Express blew the hell up, dude. You know? Unlike Visa, they're saying 2024, they're going to see double-digit growth, like in the teens, I'm thinking. They also raised their dividends by 17%. So everybody's loving this, you know, but their profit margin is obviously not as great as Visa. They're at 14%, which is not great, but as you know, it's not bad because American Express is also a financial institution. You know, they do make loans. They carry your debt, you know what I mean? So if people don't pay off their credit card loans, then American Express is holding the bag. But it's also fine because American Express is... No poor people uses American Express, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just rich clients, people with a lot of money, because a lot of these American Express do give a lot of perks, but they also have like annual fees on their cards and stuff. So it's like people that spend a lot of money already. So it's like high net worth people that are using the card. So their default rates are lower than other banks probably. So yeah, I think the big three credit card companies are always great choices. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's basically a monopoly between three companies: American Express, MasterCard, Visa. Sure, there's Discover Card, but Discover Card is like the poor man's American Express, dude. You know what I'm saying? And if people start defaulting on their loans, it's probably going to hit Discovery a lot harder. And maybe there's a buying opportunity there. I don't know. So what did we learn today? I'm fat. You know, don't go on a date with Applebees. That's trash, dude. You know, if you're gonna buy a food company, buy like McDonald's or something that's, you know, something you could be proud of, dude. Not fucking Applebee's, dude. Screw Applebee's and date nights at Applebee's, man. It's disgusting. Yeah, Netflix. I don't know if I like streaming business, dude. And I own Disney. Netflix is killing, but I just don't like the idea that you have to rely on content that you got to pay more and more and more for. I just don't know if that's a good way to make money. But Netflix is proving me wrong right now, and Disney is proving me right. Unfortunately, I own Disney. Disney stocks have been going up since last week, which I don't know what's going on. Like, maybe people just like it because people are like Mickey Mouse. Oh boy. But yeah, anyway, guys, you know, I don't know if the economy is good or bad, but everyone will use credit cards. buy some credit card, dude. This is not financial advice, dude. I know nothing. But if you want to be rich, you should probably listen to me. All right. Peace.